25, 30 years, I have been taking people from the West or all over the world to India. Mysteriously, that got stopped for the past 3 or 4 years. And mysteriously, it is going to begin now. The only change is I will join not physically, but spiritually, and also on videos where I will do from wherever I am. So what's the importance of going to India? India is known for her spirituality. It is the land of enlightened beings. And their primary goal is to help people to dissolve their karma or sins. And that is the main reason I used to take people on these pilgrimages to various temples. The siddhas are living still there in the temples, along with the gods and goddesses who are responsible for removing karma. So everyone can afford to go there. It should be considered as a priority in your life. The place where I was born, Rameshwaram, there are wells, 25 or so wells. The water have the ability to dissolve sins. And the problem of any human beings is primarily is due to the planets. The ups and downs in life are attributed to the planets. This is literally true, and I have done a lot of research, and I can prove that through the Nadi astrology. Nadi astrology will tell you who your father is, your mother is, your job is, everything without knowing anything about you except your thumbprint. It is all based on astrology. So astrology is real. So the temples are all associated with planets and the gods who are associated with the planets. So there are 3 different periods. October 14th, 12th, 22 is the 9 nights of the goddess. It's not going to be just only confined to the 9 nights of the goddess. You will also will be taken to one place where all the 9 planets are there, and it was established by the divine beings to help you to dissolve your karma, And especially, what comes to my mind is Saturn. Saturn is a planet who will just fry you, financially, physically, emotionally, and for a reason people say to prepare you for the next stage. It is true, but I don't like that truth. But there is a solution. There is a Hanuman temple where Hanuman ties up all the planets in his long tail along the 27 stars. And I'm going to include that as I'm just giving this introduction to you. I'm adding these 2 things, so that will be included in the first trip. Depending upon it, I will also give instructions to people where we have to go. And the 9 nights of the goddess is important, particularly for the next 6 months, if it falls within the next 6 months. Within the next 6 months, there will be tremendous amount of changes that will happen in this world. And these changes include good and bad things, good changes and bad changes, and good changes for good people, but bad changes for bad people. And because we are now preparing ourselves, the Earth plane is preparing herself for the golden age, which is an incredible age, and my focus is primarily on the on the golden age called Satya Yuga. And I very much look forward it for the sake of planet Earth. Planet Earth wants very much to have liberation for herself. I'm not going to talk about it. There are a lot of temples here. I will say there is a Ganesha temple, which is a very special temple that can change your destiny, and it's listed here. And then there's a temple where there are different suns in the galaxies. It's not our solar system is the only system. But the Siddhas found out that this sun temple, which is a very temple, it was discovered only a few years ago. It was buried under. Siddha came and revived it. It will be taken there so that you will get the blessings of sun, the highest intelligence from the sun. And I cannot go over all of them. There are a number of temples. Each one, is dedicated to a goddess, and then the people will give you, who take you there will give an introduction. There will be guides also available in India who will accompany you. And that is 14th through the 22nd. And the trip 2 is October 22nd to 25 is mostly karma removal, primarily focused on that. That seems to be a very important thing, for you to do. I will give priority to that to be included in the trip. If you could join that, and you can, because it is a very, very important thing to go to. The reason why you go to India is to remove your karma, because India is primarily known for our temples to remove karma, to change your destiny, and then give you a better life. And especially during this time of the Satya Yuga, or the upcoming Satya Yuga. Then there is a third trip, which is going to be the full moon days, 4 days in Arunachal, where Raman Maharshi lived. It is the most important temple for Shiva and for higher evolution. And then close by is the most famous Angali temple. So that seems to be a very interesting trip also for you to consider. Arunachala is a place known because of Raman Maharshi, who attained Samadhi there in Arunachala. It is a temple which will also remove your karma, and primarily your ego. The ego is the worst thing that human beings cannot remove. And this place, has a special energy to remove ego. Now, I'll tell you what your ego is. Ego is, regardless whether you have money or education or anything, your identity is only with your ego. When you talk to somebody, you always want to prove that you know better than the other person, that you are better than the other person, and also want to put down. And this is the worst thing. Okay. And, you cannot be without ego, even for a few minutes, So he is involved me. And that place, Arunachala, has the ability to remove karma. Besides, the most important thing is he removes, the mountain removes ego. At least if it doesn't remove totally, at least 75% of the ego will be gone if you go around the temple a few times. That's the reason why people go to Arunachala. And then there is also a Angali temple. Angali is the one who is the goddess who gives you siddhi powers. So that is also a very, very rare temple, and I'm very happy that you can also be able to go there during this trip. So my participation will be is I'm going to control the temples and where you visit and what the Mantras are there, and then there will be audio clips that I could make for you, or sometimes videos. Definitely audios, and then you can listen to that, and then for some of the temples where you go. So going to India, remember, finally, is not a picnic. It's certainly not a picnic, especially for those of us who have lived here in this part of the world, on which is more luxury, comfort to the flesh, not to the spirit. But when you go to India, it is not so much for the flesh. Of course, the flesh will be relieved of its bad karma creating diseases, but mostly to awaken your spirit, especially going there at this time. Okay, so I strongly recommend that you make the trip, which is a very rare occasion, especially during this time, which to be in India is extremely, extremely helpful to not only remove your karma, but to prepare you for the golden age. God bless.